Well, it is a Halloween edition of the Borderland Blitz, sponsored by Southwest University. I'm Adrian Ochoa.
And I'm B. Martinez. And Adrian, I have to say, it was great seeing all the costumes, everybody dressing up out there at the game. So much fun.
It made it a lot of fun. And I actually looked it up. The next time we'll have a Friday Halloween will be in 2031.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, that's what's going to be a while.
I don't even want to think about that right now.
So yeah, we don't want to think about that way too advanced, but yeah, just something I just felt like, what's the next time?
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Well, we are down to the final 2 weeks of the regular season, and it's a bit frightening for some because there's no more room for error. Here's our starting lineup. Our game of the week will actually take us across state lines in New Mexico, where it's the final week of the regular season. The playoffs will begin next week, and it was an in-city rivalry game between the Centennial Hawks and the undefeated Las Cruces Bulldogs.
We'll then take you to Austin High School, where the Panthers played host to the Bowie Bears, and over at the SAC, Pebble Hills took on Eastlake, who would pick up another win in district play.
Well, our game of the week, again, will take us to New Mexico. It's the final week of the regular season, and it ends with one of the best teams in the state, the undefeated Las Cruces Bulldogs, taking on their in-city rival, the Centennial Hawks. Cruces 9-0 on the season, looking ahead into the playoffs with some added momentum. But Centennial, they only have one loss in district play, and this season they were looking to pull off the upset. Let's go to the Field of Dreams, where it was senior night for Las Cruces. First quarter here, the Hawks looking to play spoiler as they strike first. Ruiz Laboran to Axel Aldalpe for the Centennial touchdown. It's 7-0 Hawks, and you see the Bulldog mascot in the holiday spirit. He's already thinking about Christmas, apparently. 7-0 Bulldogs there. Cruz is knocking on the door here. The gift to Daniel Amato. Punch it, count it. We got a tie ball game at 7. And then check out this play right here. Laboran with the quarterback keeper, but he's going to get drilled right here. Check it out. Oh, coughs it up. Cruces gets on top of it, and the Bulldogs going to waste no time cashing in. Quarterback Gunnar Guardiola with the play fake there, airs it out to Francisco Winnikoff right into the breadbasket, and welcome to End Zone City, Mr. Winnikoff. Cruces back in front, 14-7. Centennial trying to answer though, but once again they turn it over here. This time it's going to be Cruces' Mateo Montoya with the INT, and Cruces once again going to take advantage and will once again hit pay dirt. Guardiola to Jacob Misquez for another Cruces touchdown, and the Las Cruces Bulldogs will be headed into the playoffs with the perfect 10-0 record as they get the win tonight by a final score of 31-21. And not only are they going in with the perfect record, they're the district champions. So congratulations to the Bulldogs, and let's go ahead and hear from those victorious dogs.
So hopefully, God willing, we'll get a first round bye here next week, and then we'll get ready for the quarterfinals after the seeding comes out. And you got hopefully 3 games left. If you win 3 games in a row, then you get your ultimate goal.
It feels great. That's what we wanted all season, but we know we're not done. We got the playoffs coming up, and we're excited to go out and hopefully execute. It's next game mentality. It's great, to feel this way, but we know that we got some roadblocks up ahead. And
Congratulations to Coach Lopez, and like he mentioned, they hopefully get that #1 seed and have that bye in the first round.
And great redemption from them. I know last year they took the loss. This year they come back, they get the win. They're district champs, so big congrats to those Bulldogs. Well, back in El Paso, we had a District 1-4A game between the Bowie Bears and the Austin Panthers. Austin right in the mix to make the playoffs with a 4-2 district record. A win would help in clinching that playoff spot. And then to the action we go right here. Austin's running back Jeremiah Parrish carries it in the crib for a touchdown. And he's been a key player for this Tigers team all season long. Later, it's Austin again. This time, it's going to be Roberto Flores plowing his way through. He's leading the team, averaging 108 rushing yards per game. Then the Bowie Bear is going to respond here. The 6'6" tight end, Joan Camacho, is a threat as he runs it in, and Austin wins it 42-7. Now, before we move on out at the game of the week, at the Las Cruces game, now the fans gave us a big shout out. The huge ABC 7 fans here. Jalen and I snagged a photo with them, so big shout out to Maria, Ruben, James, and Gilbert. Just thank you guys for all the love and support.
I was like, the guy looks like Jalen.
It is Jalen.
It's like Jalen, my man. Well, so the way the standings look in District 1-4A, of course, you have Ysleta in first, undefeated. Riverside in second after they lost to Ysleta last night. Austin sitting in that 3rd place spot right now. So who's going to get that 4th and final playoff spot? tonight's game between Fabens and Irvins would kind of help clear up that picture. And Ricioza, he hit the road to Fabens today, and it's going to let us know how that one all played out.
Yeah, guys, I had 2 games today that had massive playoff implications. That first one was in Fabens with the Wildcats hosting the Rockets. And let's simplify it down for you guys. With a Fabens win, they would clinch that final spot. But with an Irvin win, they keep their season alive until next week. First drive for the Rockets started out hot on third down. Dallas Medina gets a free play with the defender offsides. He's going to cash in. A bomb to Julian Chacon. He scores easily. Rockets blast off to a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. A few drives later, same score. Wildcats are trying to answer. Jesus Martinez takes a shot, and what a grab right at the goal line by Javier Hernandez. He was everywhere today. Fabens are going to get this one at 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. The Wildcats take a page out of the Philadelphia Eagles playbook, the tush push. That will tie things up at 7 apiece. This one was a back-and-forth affair, but the Rockets pull away in the fourth quarter. They win 35-20, and that sets up an interesting final weekend for District 148. If Irvin beats Clint next week and Fabens loses to Riverside, Irvin is going to steal that 4th playoff spot. In the second game I went to, also some big playoff implications. This one for District 1-6A at SAC 1. The Eastlake Falcons hosted the Pebble Hill Spartans. Eastlake is clinging on to that 4th place playoff spot. Pebble Hill's right now sitting in 3rd place. First drive out of halftime in this one. Falcons are up 14-6. You see the teams coming out of halftime. I got to this game a little bit late, but Julian Williams, he's going to try and be converting on 3rd down, but it's tipped at the line and intercepted. Jose Ambriz gets the pick, and the Spartans would take over in good field position, and now it's their turn to air things out. Joe Fernandez takes a shot to the goal line. It's caught. His big freshman tight end, Noah Tarrant, gets the Spartans down inside the 5. They're going to cap that off with a touchdown. Zephaniah Moon from 4 yards out gets the score. Spartans are going to try for 2 to tie things up, but it is completely snuffed out. A phenomenal play by the Falcons to stay in front 14-12, but the Spartans would pull away in the fourth quarter. They are going to take that win 19-14, and that creates another huge game for next Thursday. Eastlake is going to take on Coronado. The winner of that matchup is going to clinch the final playoff spot in District 1-6A. The final week, regular season getting really, really spooky, even though it's a week after Halloween. Back to you guys.
How fitting. Definitely on Halloween. Things getting a little scary for some teams, though, right now down the stretch.
For sure. Thanks so much, Rishi. And moving on in District 1-5A Division 2, the Caño Eagles were looking to bounce back after last week's loss to the Hinks Knights. Now, they needed a win tonight against Horizon to keep their playoff hopes alive. Let's see how it all went down. Starting in the second quarter, Jared Gamiz with the carry. He breaks a tackle, stays on his feet to make it to the crib for a 27-0 lead after the extra point. Now, Horizon's offense was struggling to convert on downs. Caño Theo's defense was just a little too much of a threat. Later, quarterback Cesar Huerta with the keeper. He gets the blocks, allowing him to cruise to the end zone for another Eagles touchdown. And Caño Theo shuts out Horizon 56-0. A big win there for Caño Theo.
Much needed win for Caño Theo. And entering the day, Hanks was holding on to that 4th and final playoff spot in District 1-5A Division 2, and they needed a win against Jefferson tonight to keep it that way. Hanks quarterback Jordan Morales with the quarterback keeper for a Knights touchdown. Then later, it's Hanks running back Austin Ducher doing what he does best, runs it all in to Jefferson territory. Then we're going to see a connect here with Morales and Zach Kania for the touchdown. Hanks all over Jefferson tonight by a final score of 35-0. So Hanks still holding on to that 4th place spot despite Caño Theo's win today. Yeah. So you have, of course, Del Valle, Chapin, Andrus, and then Hanks holding on. Those are the top 4 currently right now in that district.
Love to see it. Yeah. Well, we want to remind you that you can watch the Borderland Blitz on the KBIA ABC 7C TV app. It's available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. You can rewatch the Borderland Blitz if you want to relive the action, or if you missed it one week, you can go ahead and replay it.
And we mentioned those Andrus Eagles. We're going to take a look coming up after the break how they fared in their game against El Paso. We're also going to recap the games from Thursday. We had a total of 6 games. We honestly could have done a Blitz episode last night. We'll go ahead and recap the action from last night. And of course, you can't forget, we got the War of the Week coming up right after the break.